All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets. And obviously, we talk about the crypto gaming markets here all the time, but where is that money potentially starting to rotate as far as the profits and where people are looking next? Obviously, meme coins are doing their thing, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about Gamblefi. I'm going to put some tokens on your radar that I feel like have a lot of upside potential, especially right now as we are seeing that money beginning to rotate into some other narratives. I am keeping my gaming bags. This is not me rotating into a different narrative. However, we're seeing the money trickle over, and I think that this could be the next sector to have a really big run. So without further ado, let's get in the game. And first and foremost, as always, guys, like the video and subscribe down below. A week here on the In the Game channel. We are trying to push 90, 100K subs before the end of the year. So we need your help over in the chat box. Like and subscribe down below. And of course, shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. We have 𝗕𝗂𝗃, Amino Rewards, Vulcan Forge back on board as a sponsor. We have 𝗕𝗂𝗃, which is a GambleFi play, Dreams Quest, Real Fever, XCAD Network, 𝗨𝗟𝗏𝗔𝗔, and then our newest sponsor here on the show is 𝗓𝗟. 𝗓𝗟 is one of the premier game launchers and incubators inside of the Web3 gaming space. They have some awesome updates that I will share here at the end of the show as well. So shout out to all of our sponsors. Let's dive into the main topic of the show. We're not going to waste much time today. And near the top of the watch list, we're seeing some Gamblefi/GameFi plays still topping the charts here. 𝗬𝗏, which is the casino play that I really like, is up 43%. Dubs is hitting new all-time highs. We have GameSwift absolutely ripping on the daily chart. So what is this narrative that's heating up? If you notice, 3, 4, 5 projects on the top of this list right now are Gamblefi. Gamblefi, when you look at this narrative, crypto, we term it, we're the degens, right? We're degening into these low market cap projects, and it's an unregulated market, as people say. So the term degen in the crypto space, but you combine a crypto degen with an on-chain casino, you could imagine what happens next, right? I see the 3 biggest narratives for the next cycle to be gaming, AI, and Gamblefi. Obviously, I'm hyper focused on the gaming sector, but I have my bags in AI, I have my renders, I have my Ocean protocols, and I'm looking at the Gamblefi space as one that's super ripe for upside here in the short and especially the long term. And Becker agrees. Becker says it makes 0 sense that one of the top 5 gaming coins isn't a gambling coin. Gambling is a cash cow that will rival the whole gaming industry. Entire cities are dedicated to it. This is true. Atlantic City, Las Vegas, etc. And it fits with crypto like pot and Taco Bell. Typical Alex Becker joke there. And he actually shot this a retweet. So we are very aligned on the Gamblefi niche. And obviously the big dog in the Gamblefi space is Rollbit. This one's done a 52x this year. So it's hard to be like, oh, let me follow in on this. But maybe if you're putting together a 4 to 5 gambling coin portfolio underneath your umbrella, this is definitely one that can be that anchor of your portfolio. Given the circulating and the diluted, I personally think that Rollbit still has some X's to go, but it's definitely not going to be that one that 10, 20 X's from here. And if it does, albeit, and it really wouldn't be surprising. They're doing $10 million in revenue every single week on their product. Like, they are by far the leader in the sector. So if Gamblefi goes, Rollbit is going to go. That is for sure. So if you're looking to put together that portfolio, Rollbit can be that top-down play that kind of is lower risk in a way, but definitely isn't going to give you a 50x heading into the next cycle. And if it does, hey, we're all happy then, right? Because then our lower cap Gamblefi bags are going to be looking really nice at that point in time. Number 2, Dubs. Dubs, I know we were covering this at $1.50, $2.50, $3.50, and people were always asking if they were too late to the train. And the one thing about Dubs to remember is the entire supply is circulating. So 62 million market cap, 63 million fully diluted. Every single token is in supply. It is 100% diluted, which is huge. There's no VCs. There's no early investors here to dump on your head. This thing has organic growth written all over it. And it's the perfect narrative for my likings. Esports, gaming Gamblefi. It's wager matches on the blockchain, utilizing blockchain technology. And they have over 75 gaming partners coming in here to begin 2024. So the amount of GameFi projects, Web3 games that are going to be utilizing this platform for wager matches is going to be exponential. So, and they're a revenue as a service, as they call it. They help projects facilitate competition. It provides the game revenue, and then it provides dubs revenue on the front end. I see this to be honestly my favorite play underneath GameFi and Gamblefi. Currently, it is hitting all-time highs at the moment. So, I mean, I continue this. I think this one continues to run. And then once they announce these partnerships, I think it's going to have so much upside from here. But this one is currently touching all-time highs. So just keep that in mind. But I'm super bullish on dubs. Another GameFi, Gamblefi project before we get into the weeds of lower market cap casino projects. And this is where, you know, we're going to have those roll-bit comparisons. Crown by Third Time Games. This is Photo Finish Game. Photo Finish Game is backed by NBC Sports, and it is the official game of the Kentucky Derby. Like the founder of this project, he's gone out to Churchill Downs. He's held events with all these huge sponsors and these huge partners of the Kentucky Derby. And, you know, this project has been growing like crazy. It's underneath Solana. So if you think Solana is going to continue to grow, this is definitely one to take a look at. Market cap on the diluted side is looking high. But if we think about the game valuations of last cycle, and when Solana hits new all-time highs, its ecosystem plays are just going to keep growing. So I like Crown and Dubs as my two favorite intertwining, the crossover between GameFi and Gamblefi. Now let's start getting into the weeds a bit here, okay? Now, these are higher risk projects, but I think they have so much upside to be able to run from here. Number one is Winter Protocol. Winter Protocol, if you look at this chart, it's getting ready. I think it's going to make a run here to push through its all-time high at 10 cents. It's about 10 cents, 0.99. So basically 11 cents is the all-time high here. I see this pushing through this without question. And they have the pillars of a roll bit, to be completely honest. They have the leverage futures trading. They have the sports betting. They have the casino. They have everything that you could need inside of the project. There's 0x sports bet. It's even a catalyst because it hasn't launched yet. And they've still done 70 million in betting volume, almost 5 million total bets here. So this is one I think is very, very underrated. And Winter Protocol, I think, has so much upside. I mean, this could 10x from here, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like a 70 mil fully diluted market cap. I think that that's very safe for a prediction here. And this is on Arbitrum, which, interesting enough, Arbitrum's going to have its narrative again. It will come back around. Just like we've seen Sol, just like we've seen Avalanche, there will come a day again where Arbitrum has its day for its ecosystem projects. And this is going to be a huge benefactor of that. So I'm looking for this in the next few weeks to maybe month to break through this all-time high. And that might be conservative. It might go before that because there was a big token unlock just now. So now that upside is much higher, in my opinion. Once we get into price discovery here, I think this one has a long way to run. And then talk about one that's definitely under the radar. This one is 𝗂𝗏𝗂. 𝗂𝗏𝗂, same kind of thing. They have sports betting. They have the futures trading. They have the casino games. And this one is underneath the almighty Solana. So this is only tradable on the Solana chain. We're seeing how much volume is coming through the door. I mean, look at Solana right now. $76. This thing just keeps going. So what are people looking at? They're looking at the bonks. They're looking at the 𝗬𝗏, the dog token underneath the ecosystem. And what else? There's on-chain casinos underneath Solana. And 𝗂𝗏𝗂, their user count is solid, but they're also getting 100,000 monthly website visits here. They have a really in-depth platform, 17 million fully diluted. And although it has been pumping a little bit just to start this week, if you look at the all-time high here, the all-time high is $1.27. That's really like a 1.5x from here. So like 50% from here. That's just a 12 million market cap and a 25 million fully diluted. I see this one being very, very slept on underneath the Solana ecosystem. I know Sol Casino, SCS is also solid, but the difference between fully diluted and circulating market cap is a little scary to me. It's like a 10x difference. So this is one I feel has a lot more upside, and it could hit price discovery here very soon if this thing keeps on running. And then I get this one in the comments all the time. Blockchain bets. Why are you ignoring blockchain bets? This and that. Well, like it's really tough for me to jump in on something that's 15x this year. And a lot of it was due to Becker whenever he came on as an advisor and people tracked his wallet and they saw him buy this token. Blockchain bets is probably one of the more polished products of all of these. But just off my thesis, I don't want to chase a 15x this year, right? So when I look across the board, like Winner this year is only up 98% over the whole year from its lows here. And then if you look at a 𝗓𝗂𝗃, it's only up 77% this year. And the market caps on these are much lower at a current state and time. And they're very similar products. Although, like I said, I think BCB does have the edge on like user interface. I know a lot of people in the GambleFi space use this one quite a bit. So I'll use it as an example. This thing can run quick, and these underrated casinos like a Winner or a 𝗓𝗃𝗃, I think have a lot of wiggle room to catch up to these. Another one that I will admit, I hopped on this the other day just to give, I was trying out a few on-chain GambleFi projects, and Based Games has a really clean interface, easy to use. You can jump in, you can, deposit all the cryptos that you could, you could really imagine. Like they take all the different chains, different tokens. They have the futures trading, casino, sports betting, the whole stick. But this one's definitely gaining popularity as well. 12 million market cap, 15 million fully diluted. So like, here's like where my game plan would be. I would have some rollbit for that upside, but also anchor your portfolio. It's like the orange coin. It's like having Bitcoin alongside all of your altcoins. Like it's a smart play to just be an anchor in your portfolio. So you could put together a portfolio with a rollbit, one of Dubs or Crown. I think Dubs has a lot of upside from here, and the diluted is still 4x underneath Crown. Although Dubs is hitting all-time highs, we got you guys into Dubs long ago. So it's not like for the people maybe just watching this show for the first time, our entry was definitely much lower than this. But at the same time, I think it still has so much upside. So you could put together something like Rollbit and then Dubs or Crown, GameFi and GambleFi narrative. And then I think if you were to stack up Winner, 𝗓𝗃𝗃𝗃, and potentially Based at their market caps, the circulating market caps, all three of these combined are less than the circulating market cap of BCB, for example. So that's not a shot at BCB. Like I've said, I've heralded it today. I think it's one of the cleanest UIs in the GambleFi space. But if you're looking for that super high upside, stacking like a Winner, 𝗓𝗃𝗃𝗃, and Based could be a really good play. And then a shout out to our sponsor here on the show is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And this one honestly is tomorrow. So if you want to learn more about 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, be sure to come through the stream tomorrow and we will definitely chat with them about that. And there's others that I like. I like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 USA. I think that one has a lot of potential. I like BetSwap. I think BetSwap has a good amount of upside. There's a couple concerns with some of the projects with circulating and diluted, but those would be my picks, right? These are the ones I'm isolating: Rollbit, Dubs, Crown, Winner, 𝗓𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, which, wow, this thing just, okay. We're having to redo this stream because of lag previously. So this one's going crazy at the moment. This could eclipse that all-time high here by the end of the day. Like that's crazy. And then this can be in price discovery. And like I said, underneath the Sol ecosystem, I just see this one having so much potential. I think BCB is a good play, but it has ran a lot. Based Games and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Those would be the ones that I would be looking at across the GambleFi sector currently. So let me know in the comments down below which ones you're looking at, and I'll take a look at them because I think GambleFi is clearly heating up. If you look at these charts, right, like BCB, like Based Games has been doing really well this month, as we're seeing right now with 𝗓𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. This one's taking a leg up to say the least, and this is going to push through all-time highs by this weekend without a doubt. So I'm looking for a lot of these to hit those all-time price discovery. Let me know your favorites in the comments down below. And then a quick shout out to a few sponsors here. We have Organya Real Fever. They had a great first month of their launch, and they're actually about to host their biggest tournament that they've ever had. 2.5 ETH in total prizes on December 27th. The entry is as low as $5. So that they want to make this their biggest tournament. Obviously, the holiday season sometimes is tricky with people's attention spans, but at the same time, the entry price is just one ticket as low as $5. And if you place well in this tournament, your ROI on that could be very high. Now, there's really good players in the ecosystem. You'll definitely want to polish up your decks here if you're going to play. I got swamped when I played this on stream a few weeks ago. But link in the description down below. You can start an account down below. You can get started for free, and you can start preparing a deck if you want to jump into that 2.5 ETH Christmas tournament here on December 27th. And then I want to give a shout because we've always been big fans of 𝗏𝗏 here. And 𝗏𝗏, one of the premier game launchers. They have the tradable games. So like you can sell your games to other users rather than bringing your games back to GameStop. I'm old at this point. You know, I used to bring my games back to GameStop. I'd pay $60. They'd give me $5 back. So they were ripping me off back in the day. So if these games are in demand, you can trade these games to another player. And I think you're going to get much more fair trade value whenever you're dealing peer-to-peer rather than giving your game. You could have bought a game with GameStop back in the day. Let's talk about a ripoff. You could have bought it in November, returned it in January, and they'll pay you $10 for it. Like, it's a big rip. So the tradable games on 𝗏𝗏, I think that's a really good feature. And then they just premiered this yesterday during the Game Awards. This is called the Citadel. It is their premier first-person shooter product. And apparently the gameplay footage is also not even up to date. They've made some polishes on this. I think this could be their biggest product that they launch in-house on 𝗏𝗏's platform. So take a look out for this. And shout out to 𝗏𝗏 for coming back on as a sponsor. And all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Like the video, subscribe for more. We'll be back tomorrow with an AMA with GambleFi project, 𝗏𝗏 𝗧𝗛𝗃. And we will see you guys there. As always, play well, my friends.